Today we're gonna start with a new chapter, General Equilibrium and Economic Efficiency. So before starting with the chapter, we must know about Walras law. It will help us to understand the chapter more clearly. Okay, so let's start. So what is actually Walras law? Walras law is an economic theory which states that existence of excess supply in one market must be matched by excess demand in another market so that both factors are balanced out. That means, say there are two markets, market 1 and market 2. Suppose in market 1 there is excess supply. That means to balance it out there must be excess demand in market 2. I will repeat it. Suppose there are two market 1 and market 2, and we see that in market 1 there is excess supply. So to balance this excess supply there must be excess demand in market 2. Okay, so it is based on equilibrium theory, right? So as we are telling that if there is excess supply in one market there must be excess demand in another market to balance it out. Balance means equilibrium. To reach equilibrium, if there is excess supply then there must be excess demand too, which states that all market must be clear at any excess supply and demand to be in equilibrium. That means to make or to reach the equilibrium point, if there is excess supply then there must be excess demand to balance it out. Okay, so that the market must clear the excess supply. Suppose if there is excess supply, if the producer is want to sell 10 units but the demand is 7, if the demand increases by 3 units then it will reach the equilibrium point at which the supply is also 10 unit, the demand is also 10 unit. That means they have reached the point of equilibrium. It also works on the principle of invisible hand. Where there is excess demand, the invisible hand will raise price, and where there is excess supply, the invisible hand will decrease price until equilibrium is reached. That means it is telling that there we have learned about invisible hand in SEM 1, right? So it works on the principle of invisible hand. How? Suppose there is excess demand. If there is excess demand, then to decrease the demand, the producer will increase their price. Okay, because they cannot meet such high demands, so they have to increase their price. Okay, and if there is more supply or excess supply, okay, that means the producer is supplying more than what has been demanded. That was to sell out all the stocks, they had to decrease their price to attract the customers. Okay, so in this way we can reach the equilibrium point. So what it is telling basically, P into D minus S, DJ and SJ. DJ is the demand for the product or for the good J, and supply SJ is the supply of good J. Okay, so if there is excess demand, that means demand is greater than supply, D minus S. Okay, so this part should be 0 and P has been multiplied. That means basically it is giving the value of the excess demand. Okay, so PJ is the price of the good J and DJ and SJ is the demand and supply of good J. It states the sum of the values of excess demand. This is actually the value. Price has been multiplied to the excess demand. This part is the excess demand. Okay, excess demand, and it has been multiplied with the price, so it is giving the value of the excess demand across all market must be 0. Okay, that means the excess demand must be equal to the excess supply. We can also state that if there is nth market and out of which n minus 1th market is in equilibrium, then nth market will also be equilibrium. It's very important. That means if suppose there is n number of markets, okay, and out of which n minus 1th market are in equilibrium, okay, then nth market will also be in equilibrium. Suppose for example there are 10 markets and it is telling that out of 10, 9 markets are already in equilibrium. That means the 10th market will also be in equilibrium. Okay, so that means demand should be equal to supply, right? Otherwise equilibrium can't be reached. So suppose the demand in market 1 and the supply in market 1 are equal, that means they are equilibrium. That means the market 1 is in equilibrium. In market 2, the demand 2 is equal to the supply 2. That means the second market is also in equilibrium as demand is equals to supply. That means the third market would also be in equilibrium. Okay, so basically the Walras law is telling the market should be in equilibrium by adjusting the demand and supply. Okay, and it is based on the equilibrium theory. That means the excess supply or excess demand must be balanced out with the excess demand or excess supply. Okay, so to reach the equilibrium. And it also work on the principle of invisible hand, in which if there is excess demand, the producer cannot meet such excess demand, so they will increase their price. So the demand will automatically decrease. And if there is excess supply, the producer has made more goods, so to sell or the stocks, the producer will decrease their price to attract more customers to reach the equilibrium point. Okay, so in the next part we will start with the chapter, the main part of the chapter. Okay, thank you.